10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SSL Gold Cup qualifying series. We're in round one, group one of the first time ever the SSL Gold Cup. Race 3 of Fleet 1 saw a very light wind start. It was real difficult for the teams to get off the start and actually get some speed together. It was a real tactical game of getting in front of one another before actually heading back down in very, very light winds. Shifting to the left, shifting to the right, making sure they're working hard to put that spinnaker up in very, very light winds. Bermuda were hunkered down into their boats, making sure that the weight was well distributed inside their boat. After massive wind shifts and very, very light conditions, we saw the course being changed until finally the wind totally died down in the bottom mark, which made for some spectacular comebacks between Antigua and Puerto Rico. The finish was a very slow and arduous one, crawling to the finishing line. Even though the teams were in this very, very light winds, it was only meters between third and fourth place.
It was quite a tricky day today, a very light breeze and a huge game of snakes and ladders throughout the race course. It was all about connecting the shifts and the different puffs on the water and just trying to stay in the pressure and keep ahead of all of the other boats. So obviously high stakes, but going at quite a slow pace. Things were going really well for us during the training races earlier this week. But we had a tough 2 days to start off the competition with a few silly errors. So it was nice to put it all together today and take our first win, but not our last.
This is race 3 of the first round of the qualifying series for Group 2. Very difficult conditions for the start as we saw Team Belgium with an OCS crossing the line much too early, having to go back around before they could get started and follow the other teams up. We saw a wonderful start from the Estonians as they got some maximum speed and managed to cover everybody. As they got to the windward mark, the Estonians were out in front of the Irish. As the teams rounded the weather marks, we saw an unbelievable move, a Sambuca by the Irish, as Team Estonia fought to get their spinnakers up and make sure they kept their speed up. On the second windward leg, we saw Team Estonia making sure that they stayed between their opponents and the mark in order to go Estonia, Ireland, Belgium, and Serbia. As the teams got to the weather mark for the second upwind, making it for an unbelievable mark rounding at the second windward mark. Estonia managed to stay in front. Ireland couldn't close the gap as we saw them yet once again send a Sambuca at the weather mark. On the last and final leg, we saw Estonia doing everything they could to keep Ireland between them, making sure they were covering them all the way down. Team Estonia kept their calm, stayed out in front, and finally won race 3. Not far behind, we had the Irish and the Belgium team slowly but surely making it across the finish line. It was a snail's race, but it was as exciting as snail's races can get.
Yeah, actually it was quite difficult, and you must keep your nerves calm, because wind was very shifty and gusty, and we had many times when we thought now maybe we lost everything, but then after some seconds again it was good again. We see the final results in the end of the last race, and we have now good position, and we try to keep our good speed and feeling.
Anything can happen tomorrow, as the last race will count double in points.